In the year 2135, humanity's desperate search for a new home reached a critical point. Earth had become too fragile, its resources depleted, and the climate increasingly unstable. Over the past century, space exploration had made huge strides, but no planet had met all the necessary conditions for human life until now. A team of astronauts aboard the starship Endeavour had been exploring distant star systems when they stumbled upon a planet in the Andromeda Galaxy, 2.5 million light-years away. They named it Kepler-128b. Kepler-128b was a gem nestled in the habitable zone of a star similar to Earth's Sun. It had an atmosphere rich in oxygen, mild temperatures, and vast oceans that shimmered with the promise of new life. But there was one thing that made this discovery different from all the others. The planet wasn't empty. It was already inhabited by a race of beings who had evolved in ways humans couldn't even begin to understand. The Endeavour landed on the planet's surface after months of cautious observations, hoping to establish a foothold for humanity. The astronauts were prepared for the usual first contact procedures, equipped with technology to analyze, communicate, and potentially defend themselves if necessary. What they weren't prepared for was the first sight they encountered as they descended through the atmosphere. The natives weren't what anyone would have imagined. The beings were tall and translucent, their skin glowing faintly in shades of blue and green. They appeared almost ethereal, like living energy. There were no cities, no industrial machines, no weapons, just vast expanses of forests, rivers, and fields, with the occasional graceful figure walking through the landscape. Their forms weren't bound by traditional biology. Instead of bones, their bodies seemed to be composed of light and energy, fluid and ever-changing, yet unmistakably alive. When the astronauts set foot on the surface, their first instinct was caution. But the natives didn't approach with hostility. Rather, they seemed curious, gentle, and strangely welcoming. The humans made the first attempt at communication, using signals and visual patterns, trying to bridge the gap between two entirely different species. But the beings didn't respond with words. Instead, they projected emotions, an overwhelming sense of peace, understanding, and warmth that flooded the minds of the humans. It was as though their consciousness was merging for a brief moment, experiencing empathy and connection at a level the humans had never known. At first, the astronauts struggled to comprehend what was happening. They were trained to deal with technology, machines, and diplomacy, but this was something entirely different. The natives, as it turned out, didn't communicate through sound or physical language. They communicated through light patterns, vibrations, and just like that, we concluded part 1 of Earth's exploration of the planet Kepler-128b. Stay tuned for part 2. Also, while you're here, don't forget to subscribe and comment on what your favorite scene was. All AI generations were made possible using Hailuo. Link available in the description below. Until then, catch you back on Kepler-128b.